I worked out and I'm in pain again. Bryce.
I keep telling you to stop working out.
I did these heavy lunges. It was such an awesome workout. Okay, I loved it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm strong, I'm fit. These lunges are gonna make my butt look good, okay? And then like 2 days later, my quads were so sore. I felt so good. And 2 days later, I just get this pain. I just get this pain right here, and then it kind of goes down my leg. Please help me.
Okay, so first of all, Barbara loves to work out. She works out all the time. Good for her. But are you somebody that gets caught in the mix of you're trying to do something healthy and you mess yourself up? Because that tends to be a lot of our reoccurring story, not only with Barb, but with a lot of our clients, a lot of our friends. Barb's in her 40s now.
And I'll say, like, it's probably not the workout. It's like the workout and then the way I sleep and then the way I sit.
It's being active. It's being active. When you're active, sometimes things are going to kind of bump down the road and you're going to knock this out of place or stress that or whatever. So there's a lot of reasons why we get bumps and bruises and aches and pains and things like that when we're active, especially when you're pushing yourself in your workout. You do it because you love it. You love the way you feel at the end. But sometimes you're pushing yourself maybe beyond what your capacity is, whether you work with a trainer or you do your workouts on your own, or you do something extreme like you want to go for a hike, or you want to go for a long swim, or you want to go for a long paddleboard, or you want to go surf, or whatever the active lifestyle is that you have. These things sometimes kind of catch up to us. So in Barb's case, she's got some pelvic things going on. So for the last week and a half, she's kind of been complaining about her hip. We've kind of distilled it down that she's got something going on that's knocked her pelvis out of place, where she's got a little bit of SI joint. Your SI joint's the back part of your pelvis, where you've got a joint of your pelvis that sometimes can get misaligned, and you get a torsion of the pelvis, which can kind of result in some hip pain.
So maybe like a quick reinforcement exercise that I could do prior to my workout and or after my workout, and then a stretch that could probably keep me more in alignment, because I know it's something I'm doing that's putting me out of whack.
Yeah. So one of the key things we try to do when we try to maintain structure is, we've got to balance stability or strength with mobility and how the body moves, and then make sure that we keep good awareness of all of our movements during the time of activity, but also after times of activity, which could be how do you stand all day, how do you sleep, how do you move your body?
How do you sit?
Right, how you sit, all of those things. So we'll go through a couple exercises in regards to what Barbara's got going on, but maybe you have the same story where sometimes you knock your pelvis out of place, or you get some pain in your SI joint or pain in the hip, and so these things could be definitely very beneficial for you. Okay, the next thing that we're going to look at is just doing a couple stretches. We're going to do a glute stretch and a psoas stretch. So the first thing we want to do for a glute stretch, we're going to cross the leg over. So this is just our figure 4 posture. The ankle is going to cross over the knee and past the knee. We're going to take that non-stretching side thigh in our hands, and we're going to flex both of our ankles to pull our toes back, so we're in eversion. As we pull the thigh towards us, that's going to turn the stretch side, which is the crossed over leg, and as we pull that back, we're going to take our elbow or our forearm and push that thigh away from us to try to get more rotation through that hip, to get more of a stretch into that glute area. So this is really for the glute max deep, and so it's the deeper part of the glute max, which is more for the hip, but it has a carryover into the rest of the fibers of the glute, which can also be very beneficial for managing the pelvis, even up to the SI joint. So she's going to continue to pull, she's going to continue to push, she's going to keep her chin in, lengthen through her spine, press the tailbone into the floor as we maintain this crossover position. Make sure that the pelvis stays balanced. Breathe through the stretch. We typically want to hold this for around 30 seconds, and we're going to repeat it up to 3 times, and we definitely want to make sure that we do it on both sides. Very simple stretch, adding a couple little components to make the stretch more effective for you.
Feels great. What about...
Now we're going to do the psoas stretch.
Or what about the 90-90 stretch? Do you do that one? No? We haven't done that one.
We're on camera. We said I was doing 2 stretches, and I already said that I was doing glute and psoas.
Listens. No one listens.
I already said.
Okay.
I already said.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's like bloopers reel. It's always great when we have new employees and they go, oh, Barbara and Bryce are arguing. It's like, uh-oh.
Like, no, we're just talking.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Hold on, Bryce, let me tell you how I do the psoas stretch.
Oh yeah, please show me how you do it.
Okay, I internally rotate this hip slightly, and I turn this toe under like this. Okay. I extend this foot out slightly, okay, and I tuck my pelvis, okay, and then I lean just slightly here, and I reach out here. Accurate?
It's pretty good. I mean, all those anatomical and biomechanical words were perfect. Okay, so she's working on getting this hip into hip extension. So we're trying to straighten the front of the hip. So she's gonna, you can rest on here, reach that arm. The main thing once we get into this posture is we do all the things that Barbara showed us how to do, which is to start with that foot out wide. We wanna tuck that tail underneath us. We wanna reach forward into the stretch like we're putting more body weight in that front leg. We're lengthening through our spine. We're finishing the tension through our arm. We want to continue to breathe through this area of the stretch. Inhale, exhale. We want to try to continue to elongate like we're separating between both knees. We're separating between the knee and the crown of the head, and we're separating that arm forward. So we're trying to open up this space like the spine is lifting up and away, the knee is reaching down and away, the front knee is reaching away, and the arm's reaching away, so that everything's reaching away from that stretch area. So this is our psoas stretch. We want to do it on both sides. We want to make sure that we do it for around 30 seconds and then try to repeat it 2 or 3 times on each side to make sure that we balance all of this out. But this is one of our go-to stretches for the hip, but also for pelvic balance and even for spinal issues. Okay, so one of the things we wanted to look at is what can you do before a workout? So there's a lot of warm-up routines that we can follow for osteoarticular movements or joint movements to warm up your tissue, range of motion. The main components are you need to get your heart rate up, you need to get your body temperature up, and you need to activate or move the tissue in the area that you're focused on for that workout. So if you're doing a lower body workout, you need to warm up your legs. If you're doing an upper body workout, you need to warm up your arms and your shoulders and your thoracic spine. If you're doing a total body routine, you need to warm up everything. But the most important keys are get your heart rate up, get your body temperature up, and then try to move and activate some of the musculature that's around the area that you want to work with. So in this case, right now, if she was going to go back into a workout because she's got a little bit of dysfunction as we try to correct this problem, is we want to warm up her glutes. So there's a lot of different exercises you can do for your glutes. This happens to be one that I think is very effective for a lot of people, because it's simple. It's a hip bridge exercise. If you've ever experienced any of the hip bridging exercises that we do here at Beach Fitness, we have a lot of different exercises that we work with, but this is kind of a good general one for everybody. So if we line the heels up with your sit bones are the bones underneath your pelvis, you want to tuck your pelvis so it's like your tailbone is slightly tipped up off the floor, the lower spine's in the ground. So if you think about where L5 is, if you know where the bottom of your spine is, the bottom of the spine is on the ground, the rest of the spine is flat, the shoulders are down, the chin is in, the eyes are looking down. And then you're just going to lift the pelvis up and roll up on that spine and try to maintain that tucked position of the pelvis while you try to bridge up. So you can go up a little bit higher, squeeze those glutes, and then go ahead and roll back down. And we want to get back to the bottom of the spine and try to keep that pelvis in that tucked position. We're going to continue to work with this exercise because the action of the glutes is to posterior tilt or tuck the pelvis underneath you. So even if you're standing there at home watching this video, if you squeeze your glutes, your pelvis is going to tuck underneath you. So you want to maintain that position and make sure you don't arch your back when you push back up so we can get good activation of those glutes. Now, because she's dealing a little bit more with the SI joint, I'm going to change the exercise a little bit to be more specific. So go ahead and roll all the way back down. Let's bring your feet all the way together. And try to think about you're pressing the arch of the foot down and you're trying to keep your ankles together. Now open the knees up, but try not to change your foot angle or your foot position. So press your arch down, try to keep the ankles close together so your foot isn't rocked out. The knees can stay out, so bring your knees in a little bit right there. Try to press the arch down, okay? Tuck the tail, right? So this is working with the part of the glute that's closer to the SI joint. So now you're just gonna roll the pelvis up, and we're going to roll the pelvis back down. So try to bridge all the way up. You have pretty good mobility. So she can lift up and still maintain that tuck position of her pelvis and now get the lower spine back down and bridge back up. Do you feel it kind of closer in towards the midline of your body when you squeeze your glutes and then roll back down? And again, we're pressing through the heels. We want to maintain the foot flat or the arch of the foot pressing down to keep that inward angle of the foot to try to concentrate on these fibers of the glute. She's going to do this 20, 30, 40, 50 times. And she can potentially do many rounds of this before she does her workout routine. This is a great way to warm up and activate these glute muscles. And the glutes, again, are the foundation for stabilizing the pelvis and the lower spine. So we want to bring that stability back to the exercise and activate those muscles and warm them up. So that's going to be our pre-warm-up strength exercise for the pelvis.